is windy out today. Goodness gracious. That one grain wagon has an auger on it, and you gotta crank it this way, and then when it reaches a certain point, you gotta kind of hurry up and crank it the other way so it can continue. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Anyways, it got away from me, and the winch just bop, bop, bop on my hand, and my fingers feel numb. Oh. You ever hurt yourself like this and you don't want to take off your glove or your sock or whatever because you're afraid of what you'll see? It's a little red, but my hands are also cold, so I can't tell. Oh yeah, I can see it right across here. You probably can't really see that, but ouch, 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 ouch. Alright, enough about me. So it's really windy today. I mean, wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour, so we're trying to beat the rain that's coming in tomorrow, and he's out combining, and I've been bringing wagons out. It's also too windy to extend the big auger up into the corn crib to get rid of any corn that we already have on wagons. So we're just digging out wagons, filling them up, and we'll put it in the corn crib on another day. In the meantime, he's got an empty wagon that he can work with right now. So I'm going to go back and get the mower cleaned up and ready to put away for the winter. So my brother sent me a message last night. He lives a completely different life than what I'm living right now. He lives in a city, and he's younger than me, and he has hair. Like, he has nice full head of hair. Drives a Prius. I don't know if he's... Yeah, I think he still drives a Prius. Someone once stole his Prius, and then it was found at an amusement park with bullet holes in it, and someone left in the back seat someone pooped in his car. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. He sent me a message and said, I've been watching some of your videos, and I can't decide if farming is liberating or just one pain in the ass after another. I replied back to him and said, yep. Alright, so I was using the air compressor to blow dirt off the mower, and I noticed I didn't have any air coming out eventually, meaning the air compressor wasn't working, meaning that there's no power in the shop, and no power in the shop means no power pretty much on the entire farm. So came out here to let him know. Fortunately, he just finished one of the cornfields, so we're hurrying up to take the wagons and put them under cover so we can get back to figure out this power situation. We might have to go up to the line above the house and reconnect those lines. They tend to get loose. Anyways, while moving the grain wagons, one of them we noticed had a flat tire, so I had to go back and get the portable air compressor to air up the tire on a wagon right out there. But of course, if you're following along and playing along at home, I just mentioned the air compressor doesn't work. Now the portable air compressor to take it up here to the other place where there is an air compressor, to fill it up, take it to the wagon, to fill up the wagon, to go back to solve the power situation so the other air compressor can work so I can finish cleaning the mower before we run out of daylight. Liberating, isn't it? It's full enough. It's raining out. Mother Nature has given me a break. Anyways, I got to thinking about what my brother said And then I also got to thinking about the previous video that I made. And in that video, I talked about having bought a treadmill to get back to some more intense exercise and wanting to do that, among many other reasons, to reduce anxiety, and that anxiety coming from living on a farm. And I said something along the lines of, on a farm you control nothing. Being out here on a farm, you control nothing. I mean, you control nothing. Well, first of all, I got that wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong. Second of all, in retrospect, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, you wouldn't see the millennial farmer making a video saying, I need a treadmill because I'm so stressed. I mean, granted, his tractors can also make frappuccinos or whatever, but nonetheless, I was wrong. To say that sounds like, I guess is how I even thought of it, that before, in our previous life, before moving here, that we did have more control. Not the case at all, and control is not even the right word. The right word is responsibility. Yesterday the power goes out on the farm. We have to shut off the main power. We have to look around. The wind is just trees and limbs falling on some of the wires, and we're trying to cut down trees, the little trees that are slapping the wires, but also making sure they don't fall on us, and the wind snapping everything around. And that's stressful, but that's also responsibility. That's not a lack of control. Before, working in an office job, if the power went out, I just sat there and waited for the lights to magically come back on. And if they didn't come back on, I'd go home. Or at home, the power goes out, just sit there and wait for it to come back on. That's not more control, that's less responsibility. And as I pointed out in some of the videos I did early on, and that's kind of why I'm even doing this, is to keep myself on track, to remind myself why I did. I'm not, believe me, I'm not fooled into believing I'm going to be some big YouTube channel or something. I'm doing this for fun, and I'm also doing it because I look back at this. I'm seeing what I do, and I'm putting it out there, and it's keeping me on track. And what I said very early on, when I was still living back in Indiana, and we had made this decision to move out here, was that we weren't fulfilled before. We didn't feel fulfilled. I hate to use that word, because again, it's a very first world kind of thing, but it wasn't fulfilling. Living in a little postage stamp lot in a little house, walking to an office job, and, sitting under the fluorescent lights all day, and then walking home in the evening. We wanted more. This is more. And that means more responsibility. That means finding solutions to problems, and problems that we don't anticipate. Things breaking. That's what this is. And thinking about what my brother said, thinking about the video I made the other day, it reminds me of everything. It reminds me why we did this. It reminds me of why I'm also doing this to whatever degree. And that is, yes, hard work, learning, expanding, and the freedom that comes with living out here on a farm, the freedom of working, well, for my father-in-law, but as I learn more, contributing more, where it will be we working for ourselves, both of us, doing this thing on the land. That's why I moved here. And that freedom equals lots of responsibility. It's hard work. And again, that's what we signed up for. And it's not lack of control. It's just hard work. Wind has knocked down a lot of leaves. A year ago at this time I'd be like, oh, leaves? Oh, I gotta rake the leaves. Oh, I gotta rake the leaves out of the yard. I gotta rake the leaves. I gotta rake them into the street, 'cause the street department's gonna be coming later this week to pick up the leaves. I gotta rake the leaves. I don't even care.